In the beginning, there were strippers. Man's idea of a pleasurable time. Then came the women's rights movement. Equality allowed women to have their stripper and their penis cake too. But ladies, whose idea of sexy is this? So what do women really want? Yes, this is a real service, and yes, it's as outrageous as it seems.
Can't keep my hands to myself.
Our service caters to a high-end clientele that knows what they want.
The lady is arriving.
Expect everything and can ask for anything.
Myself.
Every episode, a new client with a crazy manservant request.
She wants to be fed grapes while he sings her Disney songs.
An elf from The Lord of the Rings.
Push-up contest.
50 Shades of Grey.
Read erotic poetry.
You massage your feet in a pool in front of other girls.
Divorce parties.
The dirty dancing lift.
Whatever the client wants, a manservant makes it happen.
Literally, this woman just came showing dildos and lubes and stuff, and all the ladies were like massaging themselves, and they were like, Sebastian, could you help us?
I encountered a lady who had an apple eating fetish, and she asked me to eat an apple in front of her while she watched.
Just sometimes you can't find a German-speaking Ryan Gosling that also happens to be African-American. But we do our damnedest.
Let's meet the boss babes behind the brand.
I had me a boy, turned him into a man. I showed him all the things that he didn't understand. Whoa. Then I let him go.
There are 6 qualities we look for in every manservant. Charming,
Witty,
feminist,
emotionally intelligent.
Easy on the eyes.
and a showman.
It's more difficult to be a manservant than it is to get into an Ivy League. We have
Fact.
an 8%
Fact.
acceptance rate.
We find our manservants via our cutie collector. He goes out on a manhunt and collects the cuties.
The cutie collector basically goes out to different social events, bars, restaurants, the gym. And if I spot a potential manservant, then I get to flirt with him and introduce him to the company.
Recruitment is just the first step. Next comes basic training with Peter.
Some of the ladies at the company call me Mr. Milkshake because I bring all the boys to the yard.
Peter was such a badass manservant that he got promoted to director of talent, which is like the boss of all the manservants.
Basic training is full of testing their emotional intelligence. We'll have them stand in a wall and give us rapid-fire compliments.
Your eyes are brighter than all the stars.
Marraine, vous radiez de beauté.
You exude radiance.
Women like you are the reason why I come to this country.
Sometimes we even have them do push-ups, just, for a good laugh. There are a few rules which we refer to as the ejection button. Number 1, no sex on the job. Number 2, no sex on the job. Number 3, no drinking on the job. No smoking on the job. And leave the toilet seat down.
If they make it past Peter, the men move on to advanced training with Heidi.
Heidi is like the embodiment of
The
our
boss
boss
babe.
babe.
Jesus, I don't want this subscription. Can you tell them I don't want it? No, yeah, okay, well, one at a time, please. Organization is key.
Give it to me.
Always make sure you do seedless. It's key to do seedless. I'm like their first round of clients, so that if they make any mistakes, our clients don't have to see it. Gentlemen, I'm not a bitch, but our clientele might be, so we're gonna do some rigorous training. Put the grapes in my mouth. Can you continue with the reading? No one's telling me I'm beautiful. I'm concerned about that.
It may look like one big party, but there's plenty of drama and competition between the manservants.
When you get a bunch of guys together who are great looking, super charming and smart, they're gonna have huge egos. And when you have huge egos, that means big drama.
I wouldn't say that the men servants are competitive during the job. I am.
Instant.
I'm stumped.
Yeah.
But I sound dumb that way.
Well, you're dumb, so.
I think there's always a little tension. You get all this testosterone around each other. You get 20 guys doing an event. It's like, oh, who's been here longer? Who are you?
The ladies like to set up this competitive environment where they put one manservant against the other manservant.
Yeah, what I least like is how much my girlfriend hates it.
They always think the worst.
I don't know about others, but with me, there was always drama.
It's very hard to just look and not touch.
What the hell is that? Like, what do you, seriously, you're with 8 girls all day?
There is a strict code of conduct, but these men break the rules.
You're going to these crazy parties, and there's a lot of rooms, and there's a lot of alcohol, a lot of horny women.
9 times out of 10, there are sexual overtures.
Yeah, the ladies, they definitely try.
I mean, I'm just here to have fun, and it might continue after the party.
There's a lot of temptation.
Have I ever hooked up with one of the manservants? Wow. Yes, of course.
Probably a little bit.
There's more pansexualism, I think, nowadays.
Nobody tells me these things.
Of course, hooking up with a client is like against the rules, but hooking up between each other gets a little dramatic.
Does everybody hang out and I'm just like the only guy that doesn't get the invitation?
God. You kind of have to be like James Bond all the time.
Every girl wants to be pampered.
It's also sometimes a little bit of babysitting.
It's a crazy world where anything can happen.
Every episode, new crazy client requests, new extremes, and a whole lot of sexy men. It's luxury, it's escapism, it's a fun and sexy world where anything can happen. This is ManServants, changing the world one tuxedo at a time.